Hi guys, welcome back, UK Van Addict. So we're at it again on the camper van build. I'll show you what I've finished off the toilet block, because you never saw it complete, but here we go. It's not got the doors finished because I'm going to build all the doors together, but that's all built, plied inside and out. It's going to have the plastic panelling inside, because obviously it's a bit of a wet room. So yeah, there you go. That's all that finished. Just all the edges, you know, the joins and the screws and what have you. They're all going to get filled, primed and painted. And I've been and bought some more wood. And as you know, or if you don't know, wood is expensive. What we've got there, 8 pieces of 2x4, and as you can see, it's not very thick. It's only thin pieces of wood. Not 2.4, the 2.2. 40 quid that cost me. Yeah, I'd say wood's pretty expensive. We've got the chop saw all set up. There's the water tank. That's where the water tank's going to go. It slightly comes beyond the opening for the door. I still haven't filled all this in, because I am going to put things in there, you know, like all the wiring and the water pipes. Everything's going to be all hidden away be out there. But yeah, that's the water tank. So the hole needs cutting out from the outside. But I can't do that until I know where, you know, where the kitchen's all going to go, where the unit, the worktop's going to be. So I need to do it underneath and not above the worktop. Yeah, so we'll crack on with that. And next time you see me, in a couple of minutes or so, I'll have built some sort of carcass. So basically all I'm doing is I'm going to build a carcass, a frame, so I roughly know where we're going to go. And yeah, that's sorted. So we'll get that all sorted. Another thing that I'll add into it is I've bought the batteries. I bought 4 batteries. So I went to an auto electrician's the other day and bought some decent battery terminal connectors for the negative and positive, a couple of meters of red and black wire, a fuse, and what do they call it, a buzz bar. So basically that's just where it's going to feed into the back and connect into the like it's only a small buzz bar, you know, just to connect the lab up to it. And the air's going to be obviously air to the chassis of the van. But yeah, like you say, everything's expensive. That cost me for a fuse, a small buzz bar, 8 battery terminals and 2 meters of wire, 110 quid. Yeah, I thought that was pretty dear. I was shocked, but I know it's quality stuff. And the stuff that I was getting from eBay, it's just not quality. The battery terminals that I got for the other van, there was rubbish. If you over tighten them, they're just cross-threaded, and they were just rubbish materials. So I thought I'd go to an auto electrician and get something decent, and I paid for it. So yeah, let's crack on and do a bit, and I'll get back to you as soon as I've done some. See you soon. Right then, I'll show you the progress so far. Let's just flip. Right, so this here is basically, right, there's going to be a cupboard at the bottom of there, and then there's going to be the fridge freezer somewhere at the bottom of there, and then there's going to be probably 2 cupboards up there, possibly 1, I don't know yet, but I'm thinking there might be 2, because I want to put the water heater up the top of there, and then, you know, that's all closed off inside the cupboard. And then there's going to be a storage area into the next cupboard. Obviously the fridge, and then there's going to be more storage there. So I've encased the water tank into there. That's my water tank. That's 100 litre water tank, and I've built the wall there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to panel the outside and then panel this part up to here, sort of thing. Then obviously where I've marked out around there, that's where the the oven's going to go. In that section there, there's going to be a small cupboard underneath, so I want to make both of the cupboards, you know, so they look exactly the same. And then there's going to be underneath the sink there, because obviously the sink's going in this area here. There's water filtration system going under here. What else have we got in there? There's the water pump. Then obviously I need to drill an hole through the van for a water filling point. And then pipe needs to go into there. Obviously I can unscrew that, so when I cut the holes out in the tank, I can put both sides of the seals into the hole, and then connect the pipe on, the water pipe, with a Jubilee clip, same at the top. What else am I going to do? Let's think. Yeah, so that's basically that bit there. Like underneath the sink, I'm going to fit a gas bottle, so that's going to obviously power the oven and the hob and the hot water boiler up there. Like I've said in the other videos, the batteries are going to go there, so I'm going to make them fit. Like obviously that's gone slightly over the opening, but that doesn't really matter, we can still squeeze through there. So I'll just put a piece of wood on what I've actually cut out, so I'll cut a piece to go in there and screw that to the back of there. And then yeah, but I'm not going to start fitting that lot and the batteries. I'm not going to start doing that until I've finished this area here. And then I'm going to build the cupboards up there. So what I'm planning on is, so this is like, because this is 90mm, same as what your kitchen in your house is. I know it does look small, even in here it looks small, but it's exactly the same as in the house, the same measurements. So obviously there's going to be a window here, and then above there's going to be your cupboard storage, for your food and what have you. And then up there is just going to be, I don't know, it's just going to be some sort of storage for whatever, same as like up there. And then what am I also going to do? So I'm going to put a storage here. It's going to be a cupboard there for our clothes. I'm not sure how big the bottom cupboard is, because I need to put because this is a Euro 6, so I need to put I can't put a normal split charger on, because apparently it won't charge it. I need to put a battery to battery, what do they call it? A battery to battery charger or something or other. And I was recommended one, I can't remember the name. No, I can't remember it. So I was recommended to buy this battery to battery charger, but you have to connect it all up to the ignition, so it all turns off. But the Victron, that you don't have to connect that up to the ignition, because that goes on the so if you connect that to your van battery, connect it to your leisure batteries, it goes off the, what do they call it? Goes off the sound waves or something or other, So basically, when you start charging you start your van up and your alternate starts charging your van battery, then obviously your van battery starts charging your starts running the Victron and starts charging them, so it's like solar waves, or I don't know what they are. A little bit technical for me, really. So yeah, I'm going to put that on because it seems a little bit more simple to fit, and it's actually, I mean, considering it's Victron, it's cheaper than the other thing what was recommended to me. So yeah, so I'm going to fit all that in there, and then I need plenty of space because I need to put the battery charger in there. Plus, I need to put the inverter. That needs to be right next to the batteries, I was told. That's to lower the surge down. So yeah, so I need to do that, and then hopefully once I've built a cupboard for the bottom so I can access everything, I might get a drawer in there or something or other. We'll see. But anyhow, definitely going to have a closed cupboard at the top of there, and then at the top of here there's going to be some more storage. Yeah, so I was thinking coming around here and doing some more storage up there, and same for this side, because like I said, there's going to be a wall going right up from there, and that's the garage compartment. Yeah, so that's where I've got so far. So I'm gonna call it a day for today. And I don't seem to look a lot what I've done, but it's a lot of thinking and planning. I'm not, you know, I'm not a joiner. I'm not an electrician. I just got a general idea how to do stuff. And yeah. And if I can't figure out how to do it, I just YouTube it. So you learn everything off YouTube, but the only thing is with YouTube, one YouTube will tell you completely different to another YouTube, so you just got to keep looking and figuring stuff out. And you know, if an electrician, you know, a plumber, you know, you can work stuff out like that. So yeah, we'll wrap it up for today, and I'll catch you again tomorrow. Right then, back at it again, building the kitchen, and we've made some progress today. Let me show you what's been going on. So there we go. We've made that unit there. We've put the fridge in. There's a cupboard underneath. We've even got the oven in. Looking good. So I've put the fridge this side because it's like eye level. There we go. I'm pretty happy, to be fair. So what I need to do now, make some brackets to go up here, so obviously it doesn't slide out. It's quite snug in there. Yeah, put some brackets in there so it doesn't fall out, and then I'm obviously gonna build another shelf up here and a front, and then do the same at the top. Put a little bit of a front on there, and then build a door for there. Same for this side. Put a little front in here. Same on the bottom, and then build a door. And we just need to do the same for that one, build a door. And then this is going to be obviously a worktop on there. The sink's going to go in there, and then everything else is going to fit into the bottom. A kitchen underneath the kitchen unit. I'm going to have water filtration system, water pump, and whatever else I've bought to put in there. But the gas pipes here. So before I start building everything into here and putting a board on there, you know, because I want to put a board on there to block it off from underneath the sink. I'm going to have to put a gas pipe on there, and then obviously seal it, and then I want to get a little gas bottle for underneath there, and that'll do for the oven. And then there's going to be a water heater. Water heater's going to go in this cupboard up here. So somehow I want to get the gas pipe will go through there, up there, and then obviously it'll go, because there's plenty of space in the back of the fridge, so it'll go up there and it'll just go into there. So the gas pipe's going to go into there, and yeah, that's what we've got so far. This massive van's getting smaller and smaller. There's still plenty of room in it. Obviously, you know what's going to go in here. Our wardrobe for our clothes, batteries down there. I'm going to have now I've started building it, I'm had to get a window to put in there. Let plenty of light in, make it so it doesn't look so small. So yeah, I was going to put a window in the toilet, but I'm not sure about that now. Well, I'll have a think about that one. Definitely going to have a window this side, and definitely a window this side. Yeah, I'm happy, but the van is definitely getting smaller. So this massive van is just getting smaller and smaller. But it's looking quite cosy. Let's crack on with a bit more, see what else we can do. Just a little update on what's going on in the van. I've been to buy some materials. So I bought some 8x4 sheet of ply, and it's 18mm thick, and this is what I've made a worktop on. So that's the worktop that's going to go in here. I've remember there was the gas pipe, what's under here. I've got the gas pipe connected, couple of Jubilee clips on, put a board on. Everything what you see wood is going to get painted. Right, so there's the kitchen coming together, look. So what I've done is I've cut this to shape so that fits in there. Just 1 second, I'll pop it in. It is a bit tight, so I'm not going to push it completely in, because like I say, that's going to get painted. Everything's going to get painted, but that's going to get painted before it goes in. 1 minute. Right, I'm not going to push that right in because that is quite a snug fit, and I'll probably struggle to get it out. I don't want to be chipping off any bits of wood. So yeah, so that's what it is. And then up here, oh that's heavy, the sink is going to go in here. So I was going to go that way, I still might yet. It's just that if I go this way, go tight up to there, so it'll go, you know, that lip will like practically sit on that on there, so it'll be snug up to that lat of wood there. So I just got a bit more workspace on it, do you know what I mean? Because obviously my tap's going to go here. I mean, when you let's step back. So when you stood in this corner, it's just perfect because Agnieszka can wash the pots. Perfect for her. Yeah, and there's a bit of workspace, look, so she can cook my dinner and then put my dinner on here, and then when I've finished eating it, she can wash the pots. Wait till she sees this one, she's going to be happy at that, isn't she? Yeah, there's a bit of progress. So I've put a piece of wood in there. Obviously this is all going to get, it's going to get blocked in, it's going to get a piece of wood cut in there, put in, screwed in, done. Everything's going to be all sealed. What I was planning on doing with a worktop, I was maybe going to like have a go at the Raptor painting. because it's quite bobbled effect sort of thing. I want all the wood, everything, I want it all in black. So then I want the worktop white, and I want some sort of, I don't know what I'm going to do for some splashback. I have thought of the briquette tiles. You know, you can get the smaller versions, can't you? Then so that'll look quite nice. That, not that there'll be much, you know, tile in there. It's mostly that wall what you're going to see, and coming up to here, and obviously a little bit underneath the window, because you know I don't know how big the window is going to be, but I want the window to go straight across there, you know, so you can see out. So when Agnieszka's washing the pots and cooking the tea, you know, she can look out the window, can't she, so she don't get bored. Well, yeah, can't wait till she sees this video. Captain Cook, let's have some tea. Right, let's crack on with a bit more, eh? Right, this is the worktop. It's all drawn out, I've already started cutting it. Let's get it cut out, put the sink in. Right, there's the old cut out. Let's go get the sink, see if it fits in. Right, there's the sink. I'm thinking about painting the worktop white, so you can see the sink real nice and clear. Right, as you know, the worktop was like tight to get in, so I used this old thing. It was absolutely brilliant. Just shivved the end off it, no messing about. Perfect. Right, put that up there, and let's get the sink in. So that's what we're looking like so far. There it is. I was going to put the sink that way on, but I thought we're going to have even less worktop, and this part here, that's just useless, isn't it? So I thought it's just better to put it that way on. And we've got worktop both sides then, so if you're cooking something, you can put whatever on here, and if you're washing pots, you can put them either side. Yeah, happy with that. Yeah, very nice. Get it all tightened down. I'm not going to silicone it in yet because I want to, like I say, I want to paint the worktop. So that putting the sink in is going to be the last thing of all. Get it all painted, and then get it all sealed in, plumbed up. All the attachments going in from out the van, the water filling point outside the van, get that drilled out, glued in, drilled into there, put all the pipes in there, water filtration system up there, water pump up there somewhere. Yeah, sorted. Let's crack on with something else. Right then, worktop's all tightened down. We've put these battens in here, this one here, and then I've cut up some wood out to separate, you know, from the sink area. It's made like a little cupboard, and these are going to be shelves. So what I've done is, hang on. So I've got a bottle of window cleaner. Well, that's most of the like the detergents that you buy, all the cleaners and bleaches, and they're all about that sort of size. So I thought if I get a basket for the bottom, so I'm going to put a shelf in here. So I thought, well, there's plenty of room there, look. Put all the stuff in a basket and it can go slide under there. So even if we do manage to get some chemicals in this one, so that's, no, we're not going to get any in that one. Yeah, we are. Look, so if it's sat on there, it'll just go in, so you know you can get a box of chemicals in the bottom one, box of chemicals in the top one, just cleaning stuff. And I was thinking I'd like to make this top piece a drawer. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into making a drawer, because I'm not very good at making drawers. That's one thing I'm rubbish at. But we'll have a go, because I've been told she wants a drawer. So if she wants a drawer, she wants a drawer. Which is understandable, so you can put all your knives and forks in. Yeah, me, just had a cupboard and a tray, pull it out. There's your knives and forks, but it'd be definitely better with a drawer. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to make a drawer, and I get some like them drawer hinges to pull in and out, and figure out how to sort that out. So yeah, that's what we've got so far. What am I going to do next? I think what I'm going to do is get this shelf, get all the lats in it and what have you, but obviously not tighten this down, because I want to put so I want to get some little L brackets to screw to the fridge and screw to there. So I need to paint it, because like I keep saying, I need to paint everything. I'm going to take all the appliances out and I'm going to paint everything. So then everything's going to go back in, and it's all painted inside and out. And then, like I say, I'll get them brackets put on the fridge so it doesn't fall out. Yeah, so once the fridge is pushed in, I can screw the brackets to the wood and then put the shelf in and tighten the shelf down. Let's crack on with something else. Right then, there's the shelves in. Like I said, cleaning products only just fit in. That's if we put them on that shelf. Fit in there, perfect. Go in a basket. All the cleaning stuff can go in there. Washing up bowl and bits and bobs can go in there. And hopefully I'll get a drawer to fit in here. Right, yeah, looking good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make some doors. Just come around this sort of area, 2 doors. Open both the doors, and you've got a drawer and a cupboard and a cut underneath the sink. See, the sink's going to come up to about here, and then you got all your piping and what have you. That's going to take most of that space up there, so you get very little in there really. Yeah, but it'll be some sort of storage. Yeah, spot on. Right, I'll crack on with doing that shelf up there now. I'll see you in a bit. Right then guys, I'm about to call it a day, but I'm going to show you what I've done so far. Right then, so like I said, I've put that up there to put our shelf in. Hopefully the hot water boiler will fit into there. So there's the bit of wood that will go in there. Yeah, that fits in there. Sorted. So that's that shelf. So anyhow, it's just going to get a piece of wood across here. Yeah, just to finish it off, a little bit of a fascia. And then I've put that lattice wood there, so pretty much the kitchen's almost done. I mean, the only thing that wants doing is cutting some wood out to go in there, a board to go on there. Want a couple of door making for there, a door making for that piece there, and a door making for up there. Obviously we need another lat on the top of there. That's going to be one big cupboard. We're going to put the hot water boiler in there. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do next. There's that much to do, but yeah, there's them little bits up there just won't filling in. and then there's a lap that wants to go onto the top of there, and that's that almost ready. And then it's just basically the cupboard doors want making for it. But obviously, like I keep saying, everything needs to be painted, so I'm going to make as much as I possibly can before I probably even start making the doors. And then I've got to be I'm going to make the so in the next video you're going to see that I've started building the units for up there, and there's a storage unit up here, and possibly this is like the seating area, and there's probably, well, there's going to be units up there, and the same for that side. So we've got absolutely tons of storage. The van's just getting smaller and smaller. You would think it was 4.5 meters long. It's just over like nearly 8.5 foot high, and there's no room to swing a cat. But yeah, it's getting there, and it's almost complete. So, like I always say, if you've got this far, like and subscribe. Subscribing is the most important to boost my channel up. Liking it, you know, it all helps. And then obviously in the next video you'll see that I've progressed and I've done a little bit more. So go end the video here, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. I enjoy doing this, so I hope you do too. Like and subscribe, it's for free. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you soon.